Hello, happy Wednesday, and welcome to another episode of Career View. I'm Darren Boots, and right here is
Katie Avis.
That's right. We are both senior recruiters at Arion Consulting, and today we are going to take a few moments and talk about common interview questions that you more than likely will get asked during an interview, really no matter what kind of job you're interviewing for. So let's go ahead and get it started. The most obvious one is, why are you looking? Now, we started off with this one because this is probably the most important one. It will set the tone for the whole interview. Obviously, you don't want to say anything bad about a past employer or anything like that, but you really want to put some thought in how you answer this, because less is more. Would you agree with that in this situation? Stay positive no matter what the situation. But be honest too, because if you're not honest, it's probably going to come back to haunt you. What else do you have to add to that, Katie?
I just think, like you said, don't say anything negative and that sort of thing, but be truthful. Obviously there's a reason you're looking. Usually it's financial or for growth opportunities or something like that, and those are all good reasons to leave, but never say anything about a prior manager or coworker or anything like that.
But you got to be smooth about it, because if they think that you're hiding something, it just sets a bad tone for the whole interview.
It definitely does. Another one you get asked almost every conversation we have with interviews is, tell me about yourself. And a lot of people think this is time to kind of open the floodgates and give your whole life story, and that's really not the case. You want to just be short and sweet and just kind of talk career focused wise, and get to the point of why you're at a point of looking and interested in that particular role.
Don't ramble about your kids. That's bad.
Or your personal life, in general. Just keep it career focused.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. The next one is, why are you a good fit for this role? This is another important one. This is kind of the sell me question. And if you can't sell yourself on why you're a good fit for this role, why in the world would an employer hire you? So you really need to think about, look at the job description, go down bullet point by bullet point, and really think to yourself, okay, what have I done? Why am I a good fit for this job? And really be able to sell yourself on that position, because at the end of the day, the point of an interview is one of the main points is to be able to make yourself stand out as the best candidate against other candidates that they're talking to.
Which rolls into the next one, which is, why should we hire you over any other candidate? So they go hand in hand, and you really need to make your skills align with what they're seeking. So if there's a few of the major things they're looking for, you want to really hone in on why you meet or exceed those expectations specifically.
Yep, absolutely.
You got the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you know about this company? This is very important. You don't have to be a foremost authority on what the company does and all their internal business, but you do need to be able to show an employer that you've done some good research. Be able to talk a little bit about their company, and it creates a good rapport and common ground. And companies, usually hiring managers, are impressed by people that have taken the time to do a little bit of research. Now, on the flip side of that, though, don't be a know-it-all. Don't try to go off on a big 15-minute dissertation about the company, because that's overkill. Just enough to build some rapport and show knowledge.
Pick a few things. Another one that's been around forever, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Which we don't see this one as often, but you will hear it from time to time again. And the biggest thing is, I think there's a lot of canned answers people typically give for these, like, I'm a perfectionist, I'm a workaholic, I don't know how to turn the work off. And so don't give it a canned answer. Give a truthful answer for a weakness question. But the biggest thing about it is, it's okay to have a weakness, but show what you've learned, how you've grown, and how you've learned to overcome it. So.
Absolutely.
And be truthful, like we said.
Yeah, always be truthful. That you're right, though. The canned answers,
we've all heard it a
million times. They don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Another one is, when it comes to talking about salary or compensation package, this is very important. You need to know what you need walking into that interview. Now, a lot of times, especially in first interviews, you're not going to talk money, and you need to have some level of flexibility, but you don't want to get yourself into a situation where, you can't, you're struggling with your quality of life and paying the bills and stuff like that. You want to make sure that you're comfortable but flexible. So, put a pencil to it and do the math before you go into any interview.
Absolutely. Yep. Know what you need. The last one is, and we hear this all the time, every interview pretty much. Tell me about a time you've dealt with a difficult employer, employee, stakeholder, sponsor, whoever it is, peer, and how you handled it. And the biggest thing here is it's kind of a trick, right? Because you're told in interviews not to say anything negative about anybody. Right. But yet you have to kind of talk about that, some kind of conflict. So the biggest thing is, how did you manage that? You're not necessarily talking negative about the person, but the situation might have been negative. So how did you overcome that? And what did you do to get everybody on the same page and that sort of thing? So it's a good idea to have, to walk through these questions before you go in and interview any of these questions, and just be prepared. You don't have to have rehearsed answers by any means, but you don't want to be caught off guard. So,
yeah, it's not rocket science. If you prepare to have a good interview, usually you will. And make sure that when you're doing this type of scenario, you don't mention specifics as far as people's names or that kind of stuff.
Or proprietary information.
That's just bad form.
Right. So that's really all we had today. We know interviews, can be tough sometimes, and nerve-wracking, even for some of us that do it every day. And so if you have questions that you're getting or you need help with an interview, please feel free to reach out to us. You can always get a hold of us and look into our hot jobs at www.arion.com or reach out to us directly.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, thank you so much.